Welcome back to my channel, guys. Oh my goodness, it's been a hot minute. I know people probably wondering, Mia, where the fuck you been at? People probably like, Mia, I don't care that you've been gone, I didn't even notice. But I'm back, y'all, and I'm excited to be back on my YouTube grind and continue to give y'all content for my channel, because I started this channel and, you know, I was going somewhere with it. I was trying to move fast, but then life hit me in the ass, and now I'm trying to slowly get myself back up again. But hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another story time that was requested by my Instagram followers. Y'all know how much I love my Instagram polls. I had asked y'all to vote on which story time y'all wanted to hear today. I had put 3 options. The first one was the time that I had gotten into a really crazy police chase. The time that this girl that I'm actually not friends with anymore beat up an old woman. Yeah, straight up. Or one of my many high school altercations. And without a surprise, you guys chose the police chase story time. So today I'm going to be telling the story about how my dumb ass, literally, I say that with full emphasis, got myself into one of the scariest moments that I have ever experienced in my, at the time, 17 years of living, and humbled me very much so, to the point where I don't even really hang out like that as much as I used to, because it's just clearly outside is not good for you unless you're surrounded by love and hugs and people who actually care about you. But before we get into the video, yeah, I feel like I owe a little bit of an update. I think the last time that I posted was probably around maybe September. I honestly don't even remember. I haven't even been keeping up with my YouTube like that, but I haven't posted in close to a year, and since then I've just been, you know, bouncing from job to job like any regular growing adult does in their young early 20s. But right now I am currently a birthday party entertainer for children, and I couldn't be happier working there because it is amazing. I love my job. I love being able to put a smile on kids' faces, and the tips are also very good. I'm now working on getting a second job, being an assistant teacher for a preschool. So I'm trying to get my foot in the door with early childhood education, as y'all can see. But I'm strictly debating on whether or not I should go back to school. If this assistant teacher job goes well, then 9 times out of 10 I might have to push school back another year, which is not something that I wanted to do necessarily. I wanted to get back on my shit and, you know, be Mia the Goods with a degree, you know. But if this job presents itself with great opportunities, then I might have to push back. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, God got me. He showers me with blessings, and I am utterly grateful. Yeah, that's basically where my life is at right now. I'm very happy with where I'm at. I'm thankful for the life that I live. I'm thankful for my friends, and I'm thankful for my family, and I'm just thankful for health overall. Always gotta be thankful for what you do have rather than be down and out about what you don't got. Yeah, period. Now, let's get into this story, y'all. A little disclaimer before I start this story. I am very aware that this could have been prevented. I am also very aware of how much of an asshole I was to even allow something like this to ever happen to my life. One thing about me, y'all, is like I can't see shit full on. I can't see things for what it is sometimes. I have to put myself through crazy ass situations to finally get it to click. And I hate that about myself sometimes, but sometimes I love it. It gives an adventure and little pizzazz into my life, but at the same time, it could end in greatness or it can end in destruction. And I'm very grateful that it didn't end in as much destruction as it could have. But let's get right into the story, y'all. I tend to blabber and I don't want to waste no time. And I've been fiending to make this video, and I am so glad to be back on my YouTube grind. I know y'all miss me. But actually, before we start the video, sorry y'all, since I'm telling the police chase video today, the next story time, I don't think it'll be my next video posted. I actually want to do a vlog, a day in the life of a birthday entertainer, because I just want y'all to see my day-to-day when it comes to where I work. It's the cutest thing ever, honestly. And I want y'all to start booking. Like, I want to see people I know there. I want to host parties for my friends. I want to host parties for my family, my little cousins, my little cousins' cousins, my little nieces and nephews, everything. Like, I want you guys to be able to see hands-on what I do on a day-to-day basis and love it as much as I do, to the point where you want to bring all your kids and recommend Mia as your party host. Yeah, okay. So that'll probably be my next video. But since I'm doing the police chase story time today, my next story time video is going to be the runner-up of the polls, which was one of my many high school altercations. I don't know, I gotta pick one altercation that I thought was just the craziest out of all of them, but we'll get to that on a later day. Let's get right into this motherfucking story now. So this happened in 2019, right before I started my senior year of high school. I was 17 at the time, and I'ma just let it be known, I don't care if I hurt nobody's feelings. I don't care if I get under anybody's skin. This is my channel, and I'm gonna say what I want to say. I smoke weed. And at 17 years old, I was smoking heavily. Like, people probably think I smoke heavily now. No, back then, I was a straight up crackhead. And being older now and looking back at the mistakes that I've made and some of the things that I did to smoke, I was fiending to smoke. It wasn't cute. It wasn't cute at all, and I can admit that with my full and honest truth. But around this time, I guess you can say it was still my prime. I was still fresh and new, so obviously I wanted to be down with the get down, you feel me? So I have this one friend. We're actually still friends to this day, so I'm not gonna like blow him up in any way, shape, or form, because he actually has nothing to do with this story. So we're gonna name him Nike. No, we're not gonna name him Nike because I feel like that's the name I used in my other story time about the rape from New Year's. Yeah, we are going to name him Light. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names, y'all, but we're gonna name my friend Light. And Light had these two friends who he would occasionally smoke with from time to time, and around this time he had introduced me to his friends. And because we all like to do the same thing, obviously we all got along very, very quickly. So I want to say I knew Light's friends maybe for about a month before this situation happened. But within this month, there were little situations where I felt very uncomfortable and I should have kept my guard up, you know? When I would link up with Light and his friends, we would go to his friend's house. Now, any names for these niggas? Poland and alcohol, because I'm looking at a Poland spring bottle and a bottle of alcohol. So Light's friends were Poland and alcohol, and Poland and alcohol lived in the same house. So whenever we would go to smoke, me and Light would pull up to Poland and alcohol's house. So we would be in their house or whatever. And one thing that I realized every time I went to the house was that alcohol always had a different female in the house. Like, every time I would go there, there would be a different girl sitting there rolling up. And I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't ask any questions because honestly, that's none of my business. But after a while, it started to like get weird. And you know, I started to have suspicions. Honest to God, my honest suspicion was I thought he was a pimp. And it kind of made, sorry y'all. And it kind of made sense in my head. A lot of my theories make sense, even though some of them don't really make sense. But this specific theory made sense because it was just the way he would treat the females and the way that they would act around him. Yeah, it was like they were cast under some type of spell. Like, they were there to do a specific duty, and if they didn't do that duty, then I promise you all hell was gonna break loose. Like, that's the vibes that it was giving from these women. And it was weird. It was really, really, really fucking weird. But you know what? This is the chill spot. This is where we're smoking, so this is what it's gonna be. But it got even weirder when one day alcohol comes to me and he tells me that he wants me and I guess his other little prostitutes to paint his house and live there for a week for, I don't remember if he said $50 an hour or $50 a day. But even so, like, what do I look like to you? Do I look like I want to be one of your prostitutes and be sitting up in this house doing duties for you and painting your fucking house for $50 a day? Do I look stupid? That's what I really felt like. I really felt like he thought I was young and dumb and naive. And I was young and dumb and naive, but I wasn't young and dumb and naive to the point where I was just gonna sit here and give my soul to you, nigga. Like, no, this ain't that. My mama raised me right, you know? From there, I knew something was up. From that specific moment when he literally tried to pay me to paint/live in his house, I was like, you're a pimp. There's no doubt in my mind that you are pimping these women and they are under some type of magical spell that I do not want to be under, okay? Okay. So after that happened, I still continued to hang out with them. Like, I don't know, I was just stupid and retarded and literally a crackhead, so I had to do what I had to do, you know. And that summer was actually pretty fucking fun. I had just taken my senior pictures. I was getting ready for senior year, about to graduate, having no idea what the fuck was coming to senior year, because I couldn't even fucking graduate because the bitch was under quarantine for graduation and prom. This shit was a mess, and I honestly just didn't care. Like, I was a reckless ass teenager just trying to live life on the wild side. I had to learn that the wild life is not for me, y'all. It's not, and I love that for me. I love living in my soft girl era, like Summer Walker. I don't know if it's soft girl life or soft girl era. Regardless, we in our Summer Walker area, so no needing for doubling back. Nope. But let's continue with the story. So one day now, this definitely either was the day I took my graduation pictures or the day after I took my graduation pictures for my yearbook or whatever. So that summer, I spent a lot of time at Corinne's house. I would sleep there or she would sleep at my house. Regardless, we would just spend a lot of time together. So this one specific day, we were actually sleeping at her house. First of all, Corinne is the only person whose real name I'll ever say in any story time because, like, it's Corinne. Everybody knows Corinne. And if you don't, wake the fuck up. This specific day, I slept at Corinne's house, and Corinne knows these boys. She knows Light personally. Light is a mutual friend of both of us. She knew Poland and the alcohol nigga from Light also. So we kind of met them around the same time. She wouldn't chill with them as frequently as I would, because, you know, she's not a hothead. She would stay home and mind her business. I just wanted to roam around the streets acting like a little thut-thut. We would hang out a couple times, but it wasn't frequently. She wasn't always with us. And this one specific day, they had asked me to link up with them to basically find weed. And that should have been strike one for me, because how the fuck you don't have a plug but you smoke weed all day? Like, that didn't make sense to me. But like I said, I was a crackhead and I wanted to smoke, so I said fuck it, I got a plug. And he said if I found him a plug that he was gonna light me up for free. So I said okay, shit, it's a win-win for me. But it really wasn't, y'all. It really wasn't. And I'm really glad that Corinne stayed home that day, because had things have gone left, oh my god, we would have gotten our asses into some shit of trouble, and it would have been so fucking bad. I'm just glad everything happened the way it did. I actually regret it ever happening, but you know what? You live and you learn. So alcohol had hit me up around like 2 a.m. asking me if I had a plug or whatever. And, you know, if I find the plug, he'll pick me up, we'll drive to the plug, get the weed, and then we'll drive back to his crib, smoke, and then he'll drive me back to Corinne's house. So I was like, all right, great. You know, nothing out of the ordinary, regular shit. We always smoke at his house, and he always end up dropping me back off to wherever I'm going. But we're usually always with Light. Now, when he came to pick me up, I had asked Corinne if she wanted to get in the car with me. She said no, she's just gonna stay in her house, but to please not come back late, because, you know, we were still young teenagers and her mom was a little crazy. She was cool, I was cool. I walked out to the car. I get downstairs to the car now, and let me tell you what the fuck this nigga drive. Around this time, this man Alcohol drove a beat down, old ass, raggedy motherfucking BMW. And when I tell you old ass, I mean real motherfucking old. Like, this car looked like it came out of 1977.
No exaggeration.
It was beat down, old as fuck, and it was a nice ass blue color. But it was so fucking dirty that it just made the car look a mess. Like, why is your pretty car dirty? Well, not even your pretty car. Why is your pretty color car dirty? But then I can't even be mad. Like, it literally looks like he got it straight from out the junkyard. On top of that, this man had just gotten out of jail. He was literally on probation still. He did not have a license because his license was suspended. And I'm pretty sure that was a fucking stoley. I'm pretty sure he stole that car. And all of this literally just went through one ear and out the other at the time. Like, a literal mess. I am. Like, I can't even lie to you. So he pulled up in this car that we've already been driving in for about a month now. I just felt like it was important for y'all to understand that this car was a mess. An abomination. No. Bad. Mind you, I think this is also important to know. Poland and Alcohol are cousins, but Poland is close friends with Light, our mutual friend. You know, the reason why he hang out with Alcohol all the time is because they're related by blood. Like, bad. So he pulls up to Corinne's house with his dirty ass car and Poland in the front seat, and I see that Light is not there. I kind of question it, but at the same time I'm like, you know what, we just gonna smoke and call it a day, so I'm not even tripping. When I get to the car now, Alcohol had asked Poland to get in the back seat. I guess he wanted me to sit in the front because I guess it's less hot with a girl in the front, and we're less likely to get pulled over by the cops. Anyways, I get in the front now and we're driving to my plug's house. We're driving on Atlantic Avenue and this man, Alcohol, is just making so many unnecessary moves. If you guys are from Queens, on my side of Queens, then y'all know what Atlantic Avenue looks like, especially at 2 in the morning. This shit is dead. Obviously, it's very tempting for people who like to race or people who like to speed in their cars to just start zooming and doing 100 miles per hour. I understand that. There's a difference between, you know, driving and doing your little vroom vroom. There's a difference between that and full on breaking the law. Guys, this man is literally zooming on Atlantic, just ducking mad red lights, just going, zooming. When I tell you we ducked like 10 red lights back to back, I was shook. I was just sitting in the car like, are you dead ass? Like, the first time he did it, I was cool. I was like, all right, you know, maybe he just didn't see it or whatever the case was. You know me, trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. The second time, I thought he was trying to show off. I'm like, all right, now you're doing too much. And if you're trying to show off to me, one, I don't like you because you're ugly. Y'all, he's ugly as fuck. And two, I don't like the fact that you think this is a good way to show off because I'm not one for breaking the law. At least not like that. Not recklessly, not just stupidly. Right now, you're just blatantly doing bullshit. And I don't like it. It's not cute and it's not attractive. Like, act your age. Do what you're supposed to do. You're already not supposed to be driving because you don't have the right credentials to drive. You still want to disregard all of that and just keep doing bullshit. Not only that, not only are you putting yourself in harm's way right now, you're putting everybody in the car in harm's way. Like, I already know I'm putting myself in harm's way by being with you, knowing all of this information, but knowing that, you should not want to put me in harm's way and just do what the fuck you gotta do. Drive safely so we can get to our destination and back to the house so I can get back to Corinne's house safe. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, he's zooming, y'all, ducking mad red lights, and in my head, I'm like, I know we're gonna get stopped. And I feel like I kind of called it at the same time. But at the same time, there's mad cops on Atlantic Avenue. There's literally detectives just hiding in plain sight in their cars, waiting to catch people like this asshole. You know what I'm talking about? So eventually, we stopped at a red light. By the grace of Jesus, he decided to finally stop after ducking like 40 lights. And I see a cop car pull up behind us. I'm just sitting there like, what the hell? What the fuck am I gonna do now? Like, luckily the police lights weren't on, so I assumed that they didn't see us ducking all them lights and they were just gonna leave us alone. So I wasn't tripping as much as I would have if the lights were on. Now the light turns green and this nigga Alcohol start driving, but obviously he's driving at a regular speed because he sees the cops behind us. But literally, like, within 5 seconds of the light turning green and him driving off, the police siren lights go off and all you hear is wee wee, and I'm like, oh shit. Here we go. I'm not thinking much of it, y'all. I know I just got myself into something really dumb and stupid. My dumb and stupid ass thought he was gonna stop for the police. I'm looking at him, telling him to stop the car, and he was not trying to stop, y'all. If my memory is correct, I think he said, and I quote, "I'm not going back to jail today. I'm not stopping for the cops, so hold on for the ride." And I said, what? You're not what? You're not gonna... What? Bro, I was shook. I was absolutely shook, and from that moment, I knew I fucked up. I didn't even think my prayers were gonna help me in that moment. So yeah, Alcohol just starts booking it down Atlantic faster than him dodging them fucking lights, and the cops are after us. And at this point, we're in a real ass fucking police chase. And it was going on for so long that at one point you can hear them saying over the speaker, stop the car, pull over. And he was not pulling over. Y'all, this shit was fucking insane. Like, I swear to God, I feel like this shit came straight out of a movie, y'all. We were making so many illegal turns. Left, right, left. My mind was blown. And at this point, there were like 3 police cars chasing us. You know how in the movies when somebody's getting chased and like out of nowhere more cars just start coming? Like, that's the way it felt. Because I have no idea where these fucking police cars came from, but all I know is that they were all chasing us. One little rundown ass BMW that I'm surprised didn't break down on us. Literally, by the grace of God, that shit did not just blow up on us because that's how fucking old it was. Like, it was a mess, y'all. All I know is that with all of these illegal turns we was making, we had ended up driving down a one-way. We're driving down the one-way, but we're driving the wrong way. So the cops come and they come driving down the one-way, the right way, and we end up like this. We didn't like clash into each other on some crazy collision shit, but both his rundown ass, raggedy ass car and the police car just came touching each other. And at that point, I had literally given my soul to Jesus. I gave up. Either 2 things would have happened in that moment. One, they would have took me out the car, arrested me, and my mama would have had to come get me from the precinct, or the police could have been on some crazy shit and shot us. And I could have died right then and there. I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. I had so much thoughts in my head, but I just knew that at that moment, there was no coming back from it. But y'all, by the grace of God, remember, this is his car, This is the cop car. You see the cops flooding out the car. Like, they scattered out like roaches and they're about ready to attack us. Literally. They're coming out the car and all I remember is just watching them come towards us. This nigga Alcohol literally zoomed back, did a quick reverse, turned and went down the block regularly. And y'all, we got the fuck low. We got so low that they did not catch us, yo. And I said, wow. By this time, I seen we were like around Pitkin Avenue, which was close to the Plug's house. But I looked at Alcohol. I look at fucking Poland's scary ass in the back. They just started laughing. And I'm like, ain't no way in hell did y'all just start laughing like we didn't almost just die just now. We could have crashed into that police car if they didn't stop when they did. Like, the fuck, we could have just died. We could have just went to jail. This is shit that you're trying to avoid and you're on recklessness and dumbness, but you're dumb ass, Alcohol. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. And I certainly didn't get why the fuck they was laughing until I asked him. I asked Alcohol, I'm like, yo, was this the first time this happened to you? He literally laughed in my face, y'all, and said, hell no. And I said, wow. After this situation, y'all, I was thinking in my head, yeah, I can't chill with you no more. And best believe this was the last night I ever chill with they asses. And yeah, the story ain't even fucking over. Because not only did this nigga get me into a full-on fucking police chase. Is that my mom? Okay, that's not my mom, yeah. But not only... Is that my mom? No. Not only did this nigga get me into a full-on police chase in my neighborhood, but I feel like he was trying to kidnap me. Like, I straight up thought that night I was going to get stuck in this man's house and never return. Let me tell ya. So, we go to cop the weed now. We get our weed and we go back to this nigga's house. Why did I go back to his house? I don't know, because I'm really retarded. We end up back at his house and there's 2 new girls there. At this point, y'all, I don't even care about the prostitutes. Y'all here to do y'all little duties. Do what y'all gotta do. Leave me the fuck out of it. I'm here to smoke and go home, like he agreed to. So we start rolling up, you know, blunts is getting passed around, and by this time, it's probably like 3:30, almost 4 a.m. Yeah, that fucking police chase took a hot minute. Maybe like 35, maybe like 45 minutes. I don't know, but it took a long time. And he picked me up from Corinne's house at almost 2 a.m. By almost 4, I'm about ready to go. So I tell this nigga Alcohol, hey, are you ready to go? Are you ready to take me? He's like, oh yeah, I'll take you home at 4:30. Just vibe out for a bit. So I'm like, alright. Close to 4:30 comes down. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm getting really tired and my best friend's mom doesn't want me to come home late. Gotta wrap this up. He's not trying to take me home. He's all like, just wait till 5 because he got to shower or do whatever the fuck he said he had to do. And I was like, all right. But by this time, I started to get a little bit annoyed. Obviously, I see through your waist, sir. I see your prostitutes literally sitting next to you on the bed. You already offered me a bullshit job painting your bum ass house. And I just felt like things weren't going to end well. And the fact that he just kept pushing me off and delaying my departure from his house, I was getting annoyed very quickly, and I had to think of solutions fast, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, shit started to get scary. Like, I started to feel really uncomfortable in the house. I started to get more scared than I was in this fucking police chase, because I'm literally thinking that the worst is gonna happen to me. I'm thinking this man is going to try to keep me in this house and lock me up in the basement or something. I don't know. All I know is that I'm thinking the absolute worst, and I needed to get up out of there quick. Whether he took me home, whether I took the fucking bus, or whether I walked, I needed to get the fuck to my house. Well, get the fuck to Corinne's house, because that's where the fuck I was going. So I started texting the whole bunch of my friends at the time, trying to see who was up and who was able to give me a lift back to Corinne's house. Nobody was answering me, but obviously I'm not surprised. It's damn near 4:30 in the morning. Who the fuck is gonna reply to me? So now we get close to like 5 a.m., right? And by this time, the sun is literally coming up. It's legit morning, y'all. And I'm telling him, I'm like, now this time I have a straight up attitude, because I don't care. I asked you 3 times to take me home. You keep delaying me, and I'm not having this shit. I'm not. I don't care. I don't have time for the bullshit. So I asked him again. I'm like, are you ready? Because now my best friend's mom is gonna wake up. She's gonna see that I'm not there, and she's gonna have a fit. This is where shit really started getting scary. I didn't know if he was joking or if he was being dead ass serious, and to this day we'll never fucking know, because I got up out of there with the fucking quickness. But he started to say things along the lines of, you not going nowhere, you staying with me tonight. Like, what? Like, nah, y'all. After this, I had to go. That was confirmation to me that you're trying to kidnap me, nigga. And I'm not having this. I'm not the type of bitch to kidnap. It was gonna go down if I didn't get out that house. So after he said that, I was like, yeah, nah, you're done. Now at this point, I'm texting anybody. Like, I'm literally texting anybody. I had ended up texting somebody that I haven't spoken to. Well, around that time, I hadn't spoken to in a minute. And luckily, he came through. I'm not even gonna give him a nickname. Just know you came through for me that day. He answered me with the quickness. I told him what the fuck the situation was. I gave him my pinpoint location, and he came and got me within 10 to 15 minutes. Now, Nah, that was crazy, Y'all probably wondering how the fuck I got up out this nigga house without him being on my ass. Now, I played it smart. I played it very, very smart. And I'm gonna tell you how. In the midst of me texting people, after he got done with his little rant about how I wasn't gonna go nowhere and I was gonna sleep in his bum ass, nasty ass, stank ass, dirty sheet filled bed, he finally decided to get up and go take his little shower that he said he was gonna take. So once he got up from there, I let my friend know, listen, he about to get up out the room, so you need to come now. You need to come within the next 10 to 15 minutes because I'm getting up out of here now. I don't got time to talk. I don't got time to wait. I got time to run. So by the grace of Jesus Lord, my friend got there within the 10 minutes that he was in the shower. And by the time he got there, I literally got my stuff and I ran the fuck up out of there. Nobody said nothing to me, but I bolted. I didn't get to Corinne's house until near 6 in the morning. The sun was bright and beaming, but at least I got there safely and alive and in all my pieces. Yep, that's my story, y'all. Let me know if anything crazy like this has ever happened to y'all. I know I'm not the only dumb bitch in the world who has like crazy situations happen to her life, but at least I am a growing woman who is learning from her dumbass teenage mistake and is just trying to do better overall. Like, I'm not that girl anymore. First of all, I don't even chill with randos like that no more. I literally have like 4 friends, if not 3. That's not for me. That life can lead people down a road that they might end up regretting in the future, which is probably what alcohol is experiencing at this very moment. I actually do remember, I think maybe like very late 2019 or early 2020, he was calling me from jail, trying to make me famous. I guess he found out I was a singer or whatever. He was talking about he's gonna make a label, have all them bitches doing all types of exotic dances or whatever the fuck. And I had to block that jail call because I don't have time for the bullshit. I do not. But thank you guys so much for tuning into my story time. You know there's going to be plenty other story times as time progresses. Hopefully my time doesn't get too busy because I miss this. I miss being able to sit down and talk to myself. Well, for the moment I'm talking to myself, but soon I'll be talking to y'all and talk back. Talk to me in the comments. Talk to me on Instagram and Snapchat. Tell me what the fuck y'all want to hear. Encourage me to get off my fucking ass, sit in this chair, and do something that I genuinely love to do. I'm also trying to get back in the studio and drop some new music for y'all. Like, I'm literally desperate. I know that everything comes with its own time, place, and pace, but I gotta speed it up, you know. Something's gotta give. I hope this fucking shit don't show in my video because there's something on my face and I don't like that square thing, you know, when you're trying to like, yeah. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's all for now. I love you guys so much and stay tuned for more videos. But until then, I'll see y'all motherfuckers, I don't know, later.